And we are now just days away from a potential government shutdown. That's unless Democrats and Republicans in Congress can agree on a short-term spending plan. At the direction of the White House, a shutdown could spur large-scale layoffs of the federal workforce. However, Democrats have dismissed that threat as intimidation. CBS News congressional reporter Taurean Small joins us now from Capitol Hill with more on all of this. Good morning, Taurean. So I'm wondering, how does the possibility of mass layoffs spur, or has it spurred any progress in getting a temporary fix through?
Well, good morning, Errol. So far, it's been hard to gauge whether or not there's any progress made, considering, as a reminder to our viewers, senators have been gone for this week for recess, and there hasn't appeared to be any talks between leadership about how to move forward. During this break, we saw Democrats holding press conferences daily, pretty much bashing Republicans, saying they're at fault if a shutdown happens for not considering going through a bipartisan process on this stopgap measure, while Republicans, including Ohio Senator Bernie Moreno, who gavelled in for the pro forma session yesterday, said it would be the Democrats' fault if a shutdown happens because they're asking for just too much. And when pressed about the OMB letter, pretty much describing permanent layoffs instead of just furloughs, as we've seen in the past, he said he would question whether or not there's something that should be done, whether or not they can afford to do something, depending on the length of the shutdown. But this is what Democrats had to say. Take a listen.
We will not be intimidated by Russ Vought, who's completely and totally out of control. The OMB has been illegally shutting down parts of the government throughout the entire year.
Democrats again dug in on this, calling this an intimidation tactics by the Trump administration. Errol, we're waiting to see what will happen, but they have a very short window to get it done next week, considering if this doesn't pass, Thursday would be when a government shutdown happens.
The Epstein files, because we've been reporting on the win of Adelita Grijalva and the special election in Arizona, giving Democrats effectively and the House enough votes to have the Epstein files released. So what's the latest on that effort?
Yeah, the key Republican pushing this measure, Thomas Massie of Kentucky, says that he believes they now have 218, that magic number to get it across the finish line. It's just whether or not Republican leadership and Speaker Johnson is willing to play ball and go forward with a schedule, a floor schedule that would allow for a discharge petition to happen. We know that the new Congresswoman from Arizona said that she would be willing to lend her support to this. But again, we've seen Speaker Johnson before use strategy to avoid a forced vote on the matter. We'll see again with this very short timeline we have next week what happens and whether or not that can make it to the floor.
All right, Taurean on Capitol Hill, thanks very much.